So listen, I've been a fan of James Bond since I was way too young. I've been meaning to do this series in the lead up to No Time to Die, but life got in the way. Here we are. Basically, I want to rewatch and rank all of the James Bonds from the beginning. I'm just gonna pick a topic that interests me in each film, and let's start with Dr. No, the Cold War, and Jamaican Independence. So, Jamaica gained independence from the United Kingdom in 1962, which coincided with the release of James Bond's first feature film, Dr. No. The tension surrounding the Cold War at the time meant that many governments were very wary when it came to Jamaican independence. Jamaican citizens had just voted in a left-leaning government, and the general fear was that Jamaica would become Cuba too. The Cuban Missile Crisis was still topical, so we're looking at a pretty perfect story and setting for our Cold War espionage thriller. Now, considering the political climate, how the British Empire seemed at the time to be in decline, like many Bond films to come, this could be read as an assertion of British dominance despite the, let's call it a reshaping of the British Empire. It's probably not a coincidence that the franchise exploded just as the process of decolonization began to make waves. We see these dynamics play out in the way that Bond interacts with the actual Jamaicans he encounters. We see this most clearly in Bond's relationship with Quarrel.
Fetch my shoes.
But we do also see this dynamic with Honey Rider. She's on the more useless end when it comes to his love interests, and she functions in the narrative purely as a damsel. Unlike most love interests, Honey doesn't have much of a tie to the main plot. She's a seashell collector who got lost. Quarrel and Honey aren't the smartest.
Okay, Captain. If that ain't a dragon, what is it?
Guys, it's a car. But unlike most Bond films to come, Jamaica is more than just a backdrop here. The accents are wild, but we do see black, white, and Chinese Jamaican communities represented. We hear current Jamaican hit Jump Up and see it singer Count Prince dance to it in the bar scene. The film was a hit in Jamaica at the time because it showcased the possibilities of its newfound independence. Now, as for my personal feelings, I love this film. It's pretty much got everything I want from a Bond film. Beautiful locations, a villain layer. Villain layers are very important to me. Bond is not a flat-out sexual assaulter like he's about to become. It gets really bad. Not really relevant, but Connery's also the hottest Bond. Spoiler alert, a lot of this series will be me lusting after a young Sean Connery. So we'll see how it ranks as I review more of these, but yeah, I think this one's going to be up there.